Good morning, Shirley and Anson. Thank you for your time today. My name is Amisha and I'm a trainee solicitor at this firm. The forthcoming presentation will conduct a thorough analysis of regulatory implications stemming from recent incidents concerning client confidentiality involving Rachel Rogers. It will evaluate potential risks and liabilities while proposing actionable solutions aimed at minimizing reputational damage and reinforcing client trust. So we will be going through what happened and why does it matter. This will be a summary of the incidents and its implication to Rachel Rogers and other parties. Have any regulatory requirements been breached? This will be analysis of potential breaches by Rachel Rogers and the firm. This will include things like the SRA. Who is responsible and what are the consequences? This will be a discussion of liability and potential outcomes. Could the client take action against us? This will be exploring possible client responses and legal implications and other responses from other parties. What should the firm do next? This will be recommendations for immediate and long-term actions. How do we protect our reputation? This will just be strategies for minimizing damage and maintaining client trust. To begin, Rachel Rogers, a conscientious and diligent solicitor, attended a High Court case management conference with Susie Rox's client file. Unfortunately, she accidentally left this on the train, which was later recovered intact. However, the confidential nature of the contents means unauthorized individuals have viewed the file, constituting a breach. This matters because client confidentiality is a cornerstone of the solicitor-client relationship. Breaches can erode trust, violate professional obligations, and trigger regulatory investigations by the SRA. The legal sector demands the highest standard of confidentiality to ensure client confidence and compliance with the SRA Code of Conduct. Have any regulatory requirements been breached? The principles and the Code of Conduct that are invoked include Principle 1. Conduct oneself in a manner that maintains public trust and confidence. Rachel's actions inadvertently jeopardize client trust, which could have adverse implications for the firm's reputation. Principle 3. Conduct oneself with Principle 3. The loss of sensitive case documents may jeopardize the client's capacity to independently pursue their legal claim. Principle 7. Uphold the confidentiality of client information. And finally, paragraph 6.3 of the Code of Conduct mandates the safeguarding of client information by legal practitioners. Rachel's immediate reporting and transparency align with the regulatory expectations, demonstrating integrity. However, the breach remains reportable under the SRA's notification obligations and which require firms to self-report. Who is responsible and what are the consequences? Rachel Rogers holds direct responsibility. Rachel had direct oversight over the client file at the time the breach took place. In her capacity as an individual tasked with the transportation and protection of the file, she bore a distinct responsibility to adhere to confidentiality protocols as stipulated under SRA Principle 6, Public Trust, and Principle 7, Effective Governance and Risk Management. The firm in responsibility. The firm bears considerable responsibility as it is obligated to establish comprehensive systems designed to prevent breaches and guarantee effective compliance. In accordance with Point 2 of the SRA Code of Conduct for firms, it is imperative that there are robust processes in place to safeguard client information alongside comprehensive training for staff regarding file handling procedures. IT operations team, digital and procedural oversight. Although not directly engaged in the physical loss, the IT and operations team bear responsibility of establishing a robust security infrastructure and employing tools to oversee file movement and enforce security protocols. In the absence of electronic file tracking systems, or a secure digital backup, it is plausible that the procedural deficiencies within the IT team may have played a role in the occurrence of the incident. The absence of proactive measures, including secure document portals or encrypt options, may significantly heighten the risks linked to handling of physical files. There are multiple parties here that could be held responsible for the loss of the files. The breach took place and there is direct institutional responsibility and digital and procedure oversight. Moving forward, what are the potential consequences? What are the potential consequences? In the event of a confidentiality breach, the client could escalate by filing a complaint with the SRA or legal ombudsman, citing a failure in duty of care. This may lead to allegations of negligence or contract breaches, exposing the firm to legal costs and reputational harm. The firm is required to report such breaches to the SRA, facing possible fines, audits, and compliance demands. For Rachel, her immediate reporting and strong record may reduce disciplinary actions, highlighting her professionalism. The firm should focus on supporting her with training and legal counsel while addressing any systemic issues to rebuild trust and prevent future incidents. The first step that the firm could take is to contact the train company immediately, providing a description of the lost files and coordinating with their lost property department to retrieve it securely. This shows diligence in mitigating the breach. Next, conduct an internal review to identify any procedural gaps and reinforce data security training for staff, focusing on confidentiality protocols. Finally, notify the client transparently, explaining the steps taken to recover the file and improve security measures. This approach builds trust, demonstrates accountability, and ensures the firm upholds its duty of care. To reassure the client, communicate clearly and transparently about the breach, outlining what happened, actions taken, and future safeguards. Offer support, such as regular updates to rebuild trust. Show accountability by demonstrating steps taken by both the firm and Rachel to prevent a reoccurrence. Strengthen confidentiality policies by reviewing protocols and implementing staff training and adopting secure digital solutions. Finally, enhance public confidence through consistent messaging, a public statement if necessary, and positive community engagement, reinforcing the firm's values and commitment to professionalism. In conclusion, while Rachel acted promptly and transparently in reporting loss, her actions still breached confidentiality under the SRA Code of Conduct. Given her diligent record, this may be deemed a low-risk violation, resulting in a warning or fees rather than severe penalties. However, the firm's file handling policies are likely to face scrutiny, requiring updates to reduce future risks. To restore client trust and maintain compliance, strong risk management procedures and comprehensive staff training must be implemented.